Hello everyone and welcome back to Zenhaling Sports Science and some more breathing for performance. So when we're talking about breathing for performance, one of the biggest tips we can do is to do deep breathing techniques prior to getting to your performance. So a lot of times that's going to be the night before or even on the bus. So it's not, just when you're doing your warm up with your team and all that. It's well before that. It's prepping yourself well before that. And it's consistently doing this. So as we consistently do this, then your body is intuitive enough that it's going to have enough oxygen in there. So then after, when we're in our performance and we exert our energy, and a lot of times after that initial adrenaline dump, we're done. But if we do the deep breathing techniques and the deep breathing exercises, what that does is help to balance the amount of oxygen, CO2, and acidosis in the blood. And that's when they talk about balancing the pH levels of the blood. In yoga, we do breathing exercises to purify the blood. Well, that's the same thing. Purifying the blood is really balancing the amount of oxygen, CO2, and acidosis in there. And a lot of times you'll see MMA fighters do this. They'll be training in high altitude, sometimes even sleeping in oxygen tents or hyperbaric chambers. And what that does is to really preload the body with oxygen. So if you have enough oxygen in there and your pH levels are balanced enough, then after your initial adrenaline dump of your performance, you're not spent. You're able to continue to go. And you see this, it increases your endurance. So it's a great technique, and it's really simple. You really just have to breathe as deep as you can. Try and fill the belly from low to high, just breathing properly. That's proper breathing anyway. Filling up the belly, not coming right up here in the chest, but really allowing the belly to distend out on the inhale, then allowing it to come up to mid and upper thoracic cavity and really fill the lungs, and not being in a hurry to let it go. Let it do its thing, then let it out. You want to try 10, 20, 30 of these breaths. On your last one, filling it up, holding it, letting the oxygen do its thing, and then exhaling all the CO2 out of you. So a lot of times it's that CO2 and that balance that's disturbing the acidosis level, increasing the inflammation in the body, and that's that. Again, that's the inflammation that shows up, and that is that lactic acid a lot of times that'll show up. So try the deep breathing exercises prior to your next performance and increase who you are as an athlete and get the best out of yourself. This has been another Zenhaling Sports Science Breathing for Performance tip.